The trade deadline is upcoming, and CJ McCollum, amazingly, has been in talks. Zach Lowe writes, some folks have pitched deals centered around CJ McCollum. Portland continues to reject any inquiries on McCollum and Damian Lillard, sources say. A package of Kevin Love and the Nets pick would be too much for Cleveland, I agree. Swapping Love for McCollum doesn't really move the needle anyway, I agree for Portland. A package centered around Tristan Thompson and the Nets pick may not be enough for Portland. Here's CJ McCollum's numbers that you're seeing. 36 minutes per game, 45, I round up because my high school teachers never did. 46% from the field, 43% from three. Efficient free throw shooter, averaging 22 a game as the number 2 option on this team. At times the number 1. So then I put out on Twitter, hey, what deal do you guys want to see? Greg Esposito from the Phoenix area said the Suns would offer Marquise Chris, Jared Dudley. There's a Channing Frye corner 3 type of player. Milwaukee's, so both of them.
Yeah, they're both slow.
Who would win in a 40-yard dash between Jared Dudley, Channing Frye, and Tom Brady at the combine?
Well, we know who wouldn't catch a ball.
Not my question. Not my question. Seriously, who would win? Probably Jared Dudley. And it's by like a nose.
Yeah, between Dudley and Channing.
Comment section. Who do you got between those 3? And then it would be Milwaukee's first and both Miami picks they have. It's not a great first round pick because Milwaukee's going to be really good for the next few years. So you're going to be picking at least like 18-ish.
Yeah.
You got to think. I don't love it. I don't love it, but it's a good idea.
I'm trying to center in on what the Suns really need. I mean, bringing in CJ.
Everything. Everything
except for a point guard.
Right, and the funny thing is they could use a point guard because Tyler Ulis is their point guard, who I like. Still has shown some ability, but I mean.
I figure Devin can play the 1, but yeah, sure. Okay.
Devin, no, you need to work Devin off the ball. Like as good as he is one-on-one and taking guys off the dribble and shooting the 3, you'd rather work him around screens and get some mismatches to make life easier.
By the way.
Devin Booker, of course. So yeah, the one position that they don't need is shooting guard. And that's exactly kind of what you're getting. Though McCollum can play point guard. Another one, Portland would get Reggie Jackson, Langston Galloway, and Stanley Johnson. Reggie Jackson's a pretty good player. He's like a 3rd-tier point guard, I'd say, not great. Stanley Johnson.
He's great. I think Reggie Jackson's pretty damn good.
What tier would you put him in for point guards? He's not 1. So the debate is between 2 and 3. I say 3.
No, I think he's a 2nd tier.
Why is he a 2nd tier?
I think he affects the game enough. He has that energy. He can score. He's a 4th quarter type of scorer if you give him the opportunity and the right position to be able to do it. I
disagree because his shot selection is awful.
Well,
these are like.
This year or previous years?
No, every year. Remember when Russell Westbrook, well, aside from when he was on OKC because he never got a chance.
Right.
But remember when we criticized Russell Westbrook for poor shot selection? Think of that on steroids, and then you have Reggie Jackson. All right, so here would be the deal. We just talk Portland out of it. Reggie Jackson, Langston Galloway, who again I also like. Stanley Johnson not having a great year, but he's still super young, so the sky's the limit. Maybe you put him with a guy like Damian Lillard and a Yusuf Nurkic, if they keep him, of course. He's on a 1-year deal. And then you would trade CJ McCollum. Then here's what I love. You would have a really handsome 3-headed monster with Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond, who have won 4 straight as we are shooting this right now, and CJ McCollum.
Absolutely. It looks good for Detroit, and they're trying to, they're at the bottom.
They're trying to improve their playoff seeding.
They're at the 3rd tier.
What would you view as a win for Detroit this year? 2nd round?
Yeah, absolutely. Because then you're building off of something you're paying. You have to play all this extra money. You have to incorporate Blake Griffin for the future, and you want to have something to build off of, and then have other people see Detroit as a destination, potential free agency. Be like, oh, I could play there.
Great point.
That looks good.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Would you do this if you're Portland? You get 2 young players, then you have Langston Galloway.
Maybe. I don't like trade talk enough. I don't accept a lot of trades. This is one of the ones that I'm the closest to.
All right. Jesus Christ. By the way, Channing Frye's in the deal.
Took you about 3 weeks to get me to agree to halfway to agree to 1.
All right, well maybe I'm gonna get you off once again. Portland Trailblazers will get Eric Bledsoe, Jabari Parker, and Thon Maker. Thon is the big, you have no idea. For CJ McCollum and Yusuf Nurkic, the reason you trade Nurkic is because, as I've said many times, very good offensively, very poor defensively, and he's on a 1-year deal. The salary cap is going to go down a little bit, and as I was reading yesterday, a lot of guys who are entering free agency this year are going to get screwed because teams are paying way into the luxury tax. So Portland might not retain Nurkic this offseason. So now you're trading McCollum and Nurkic. You're getting Eric Bledsoe's on a 2-year deal. You get Jabari Parker, who you could re-sign. Then you're getting Thon Maker, who is still, you have no idea.
That's why I think you should hang on. Also, like he's just come back. Jabari Parker's just coming back.
Yeah, but you got to give up something to get CJ, right?
Yeah, but you don't need him that badly.
But if you were,
again, it's what's the goal now for Milwaukee this year?
So are you saying that if you were Milwaukee, you wouldn't do this, but if you were Portland, you would?
Yeah, absolutely.
Milwaukee, you would do it. In Portland, you would not do it.
Yeah.
Which way around?
No, Milwaukee shouldn't do that.
Really?
No.
Oh, I would do this in a heartbeat.
No.
All Jabari Parker is one injury away from just being another Brandon Roy.
But you never know. He's also
defense.
He's also 0 injuries away from being Jabari Parker.
Yeah, I guess. The last one. The New York Knicks would trade Enes Kanter and Frank Ntilikina, young player that I really like,
he's good,
for CJ McCollum. The reason you trade Enes Kanter is because
you don't like rebounds anymore.
You don't like rebounds anymore. You want to play a little faster, and you get another star to go along with your unicorn of a star with Kristaps Porzingis. I like what the Knicks are doing. I like Kanter and Porzingis and Hardaway and Ntilikina.
I say, don't they have Hardaway? So where would he play with those guys?
Hardaway? Well, you could put CJ at the 1. You could put Hardaway at the 2. You could put Zinger at the 5. And then you just work around those 3. But Hardaway isn't a star in this league. He's a very, very good quality 3-point shooter and role player on any good team.
Right. It could work.
Would you do this?
From the Knicks' point of view, no. I'm telling you, Enes Kanter is like rebounds are like,
you would not give up Kanter and Ntilikina for CJ McCollum?
Again for this year?
Yeah.
Or I mean,
but you would have McCollum.
I mean, is the point to get to something this year, or is the point to have a team that's going to thrive? Because again,
I think if
the Knicks aren't going to any championship game.
Oh, of course.
Absolutely.
Of course.
So you want to make sure you prepare yourself for
by being success. Bad in order to draft.
Not even bad, but just for future success. You're already not that good.
Let us know your thoughts and why this guy is crazy for not accepting any of these deals. We'll see you next time.